Hello. Paper 1, question 14, first of all, part A. They give you the inequality that minus 2 is less than n and n is less than or equal to 3. Represent this inequality on the number line, okay? So in other words, you have this number line here, you have to basically say where this n could be, alright? So you have to mark in some shape, way or form where that n is, okay? The fact that they have this n has to be bigger than minus 2, whereas n, although it can be smaller than 3, it can also actually be 3. There is a difference to where we mark that. What most people did in your paper was, in some shape, way or form, highlight between minus 2 and 3 at least. So that's part of it. Between minus 2 and 3, like so, okay? Everything between those is guaranteed to be allowed, okay? It's how you end the points that where the second mark comes from, okay? When you are allowed to have that number, so in this case, n can be 3, you have a solid dot, okay? But because n isn't allowed to be minus 2, it's kind of everything up to it, you have an empty dot, okay? So that tells you that n is allowed to be everything above minus 2 but not including it, up to 3 and including it. Okay? That's part A. Part B. You now have an inequality to solve. 8x take away 3 equals, is greater than or equal to 6x plus 4. Now generally when you are solving inequalities you follow the exact same processes as an equation, except one thing: if you ever multiply or divide by a negative number, the arrow will change direction, okay? That is the only difference. There are trickier things when it comes to dealing with quadratics for inequalities, but this is linear because there are no powers of 2 here, and in all honesty you won't have to deal with that in GCSE anyway. Okay, so do what you normally do to get letters by itself in an equation. We have 8x over here, we have 6x over there, so we have more on that side. That's the side on the left hand side, that's where you want your letters. So we don't want this 6x here, so we need to get rid of that, take it away from itself, that'll get rid of it. Because we do it on this side of the inequality, we have to do the same on this side. Tidying that up, 8x take away 6x gives you 2x, 6x take away 6x, the whole point of doing what we did was to make it disappear and rewrite everything else as normal. I don't need to put that plus in. 4 by itself is a positive 4. Now we need to try and get the x by itself. We need to get rid of this 2 that's multiplying it. We need to get rid of this 3 that's being taken away from it. You're getting rid of this minus 3 first. To get rid of a minus 3 plus 3, do the same on this side, which turns out into a 7. Greater than or equal, so 2x is greater than or equal to 7. Then I get rid of the 2, you divide by 2. Do the same over here. You can leave that answer as x bigger than or equal to 7 over 2 if you want, and generally when you're dealing with fractions you would want to leave them in fraction form. The only exception to the rule I would suggest is if you've got an over 2 or an over 4 or even an over 5, and definitely an over 10, you can change those to a decimal really easy. So 7 over 2 is 3.5. Okay.